equality and justice for all. Woo!
Good evening, everyone. This is such an awesome time for us. It's a great opportunity for us to make history in our city, in our state, and in our nation. But who knows if each one of us was born for such a time as this?
Yes!
As we look around, we can see that we have, over the last 87 years, been headed down a slippery slope. Starting in 1913 with the creation of the Federal Reserve System.
Yes!
And the Income Tax Amendment. We gave the federal government the means of continual growth and uncontrolled spending. We have allowed them to bankrupt this nation and mortgage off the future of our children by piling up debt. With our wealth, our government officials engage in corruption, fraud, and waste as they create massive bureaucracies which crush our businesses and regulate our every move. The scripture says in Proverbs 22:7, the debtor becomes the lender's slave. Are we becoming slaves in our own land? George Washington told us, government is not eloquence, it is not reason, it is force. It's like fire. It is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Have we allowed our government, which was our servant, to become our master? What would the founders of this great nation think? A nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. As Benjamin Franklin left the Constitutional Convention in 1787, he was asked, "What have you given us?" He replied, "A republic, madam, if you can keep it." The question is, have we kept it? Truly, many people are not familiar with the very history of our nation. I believe if most were educated in this area, that we would reject most of the political strides that have been made over the years. We as a people must learn our history. Beginning with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. I have been reading a book. It's called The 5,000-Year Leap. I made that as a suggestion. Because if we do not learn our great heritage, talk about the 21st century jobs. What are the 21st century jobs? We want to put Ohio back to work making useful products, American products. My motto for Columbus, Ohio is that we are open for business. That is how real wealth is made, not by printing money to bail out banks, businesses, or even our cities. You can't spin yourself into prosperity, and you can't print worthless paper and call it money. They are inflating our currency and devaluing our dollar. I want you to realize this is just another form of taxation. It must be stopped.
You know her name?
I think it's time that we end the Fed and abolish the income tax. Wouldn't be a bad idea either. It is not enough for us to have a rally, a protest, and blow off steam. We can't retreat into our homes and expect change.
You see him enough anyway.
We must have the informed electorate.
I'm more interested in
We
knowing who
must
she is.
organize to elect people to office that represents these principles. If you want to change the direction of our country, we must change the people who represent us.
Yes.
The scripture tells us in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people grow. Haven't we grown enough? So I am asking you today to help me win a seat on Columbus City Council. I am looking for grassroots volunteers in every ward and precinct to help with literature, yard signs, and phone calls. Please check out my website at votealiciahealy.com and sign up as a volunteer. Together, we can bring about a second American revolution, and we can start by taking our city back.
Well, what's your son doing?
How much short? I just got to get this up. The most important thing we must remember, as Benjamin Franklin said in 1787, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain that built it. If we are really hoped to be successful in restoring our country to freedom, we must look to heaven and call out to God. Let us not deceive ourselves to think we can throw off tyranny and rescue this nation without humbly seeking God, as our founders did. They understood that our rights come from God and not from government.
All right. The news media
I
would have
truly
volunteered
believe
this.
that our cause is just. So if our motives are pure and with the help of God, I know that we shall triumph. Let us walk in the steps of our founders and fulfill our destiny as Americans. Thank you.
Alicia?